The American Ballpark Road Trip is an independent production. All views and opinions expressed are that of the show's producers and host alone. The American Ballpark Road Trip does not claim any ownership of intentionally or unintentionally disseminated copyright material displayed, recorded, or utilized within the show. Hey ballpark fans, road trippers, and baseball enthusiasts, my name is Nick Carey and welcome to this episode of the American Ballpark Road Trip. A medieval proverb said all roads lead to Rome. Well, ancient Rome. But all roads today led us here to Rome, Georgia, and AdventHealth Stadium, home of the High Class A affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, the Rome Braves. So grab your favorite ballpark brew, sit back, relax, and enjoy the trip. In another tie to the ancient world, this Rome, here in Georgia, has a labyrinth. But you won't find any half-man, half-bull stalking the brick pathways here. This was actually built as an erosion control pond by the WPA in the 1930s, but by the 1960s and 70s was repurposed as a folk art hotspot for reading poetry and playing music. After that time, the late Ed Baker worked with the local Rome government to establish this part of one of Rome's 7 hills, this one being Jackson Hill, as this meditative space in the labyrinth of Rome. Nestled on the northern edge of Rome, Georgia, is Berry College. Established in 1902 by the eponymous Martha Berry, this non-denominational four-year Christian college is home to over 2,300 students. And whether viewers realize it or not, they've seen this campus before in any number of film, television, and streaming productions. Most recently, the hit Netflix series Stranger Things utilized this campus and one of the drives onto campus for the 4th season of their show, where it played the Pennhurst Mental Hospital, and home to horror icon character Robert Englund's mental patient in the show. Stranger Things wasn't this campus's first appearance in Hollywood. This picturesque setting also had roles in Disney's hit sports film Remember the Titans and the Reese Witherspoon vehicle Sweet Home Alabama. Another site played a significant role in Season 4 of Netflix hit series Stranger Things, and it's here at 906 East 2nd Street in downtown Rome. It is the historic Claremont house, built in 1882, which starred prominently in Season 4 of the series as the Creel house. And though it used to be a bed and breakfast, it's now a private residence. So if you're visiting, you got to respect those boundary lines that the new owners have established. But during the Netflix production, this former B&B was actually decorated throughout the time to augment all the scenes they used and a spooky story told by horror icon Robert Englund.
For pre-game fuel, we stopped at a local favorite, the Shrimp Boat. Since 1958, the Shrimp Boat has specialized in providing down-home seafood, fish, and chicken, plus delicious homemade desserts, in a relaxed and marine-themed atmosphere with indoor and outdoor seating. During our stop, we enjoyed catfish nuggets, popcorn shrimp, and deviled crab, plus an appetizer of fried pickles. Not a seafood fan? There are plenty of Southern comfort food favorites with affordable prices and sizable portions at this historic restaurant near downtown historic Rome.
Just across the street from AdventHealth Stadium is Lumina Coffee Company. Established in 2016, this local coffee shop sources their coffee locally and through fair trade from around the world. They're dedicated to excellent customer service and providing the best coffee they can with fair trade and environmental stewardship in mind. Right next door to AdventHealth Stadium is a Rome Braves field of a different kind. It's the Braves Miracle Field of Rome, and since 2004, just a year after the Rome Braves were established, the Miracle Field has been serving athletes through the charitable arm of the Atlanta Braves and the Rome Braves, with athletes of all abilities and disabilities being able to take the field. So even though it's a smaller sized field, it's one for big dreams and a big impact on the athletes of Rome.
The Rome Braves have called AdventHealth Stadium home since their inaugural season and South Atlantic League title run in 2003. Within the brick facade of the ballpark, the Braves can accommodate capacity crowds of over 5,000 fans, and through its history, the Braves have updated and maintained the ballpark. The most recent updates arrived in 2021 with the installation of a new video board, sound system, and LED field lighting. In 2018, the field was even utilized for baseball scenes aired in the third season of the IFC hit show Brockmire, adding to Rome's recent relationship with Hollywood small screen productions. The Rome Braves were established in 2003 when the Atlanta Braves moved their Class A affiliate from Macon, Georgia, to Rome. But the Braves aren't the first pro ball club to call the city home. Previous clubs were called the Romans, Hillies, and Red Sox, not to mention the long history of semi-pro mill, lumber industry, and manufacturing teams in Rome's past. Now, the Braves continue to represent not only those previous professional teams, but the proud history of Native Americans in the establishment of the Rome area, and since the team was established, represent the first modern incarnation of pro sports in the city. The Trading Post Team Store is the one-stop shop for all things Rome Braves. When you journey to AdventHealth Stadium, don't forget to stop in for their great selection of Braves shirts, novelties, team baseball cards, and selection of baseball caps.
And we are here pregame at AdventHealth Stadium, home of the Rome Braves, and I have wrangled a game day staff member to tell us a little more about the Braves and what they do here in the Rome community. So I am here with
Jeff Lewis. I'm an usher here at Advent Stadium. It's my second year, and
yeah,
it's a great job. I love it.
Jeff, you said you were retired. So what brought you to the Braves as an usher on the staff here?
Well, the Braves used to have a guy named Walker Banks in Atlanta. He was just a cool guy to be around. When you went to a Braves game, he took care of you, made you feel like family. And I told the people here when I interviewed, that's the kind of guy I wanted to be, somebody to give the fans a good experience, game day experience. And the good thing is, the beauty of it is, people want to be here, so they're always in a good mood. When you meet people, it's positive. There's no negativity. Except when we lose, and
well,
ask for more.
It's inevitable. So, are you from Rome originally?
I'm from Rockmart, Georgia. It's about 18 miles away.
Okay.
So it's a 30-minute drive in and out, surgical, right to the stadium, right out.
And obviously, being a Braves affiliate so close to where the Atlanta Braves are, what do you think that has to do with the fan base here and the excitement around the ballpark day in and day out?
You see a lot of familiar faces here, people that come game in and game out. What we like to see is the anticipation of the young guys going up. And it's really been something the last 2 years. We've had Michael Harris jump straight from AA after being here all season. We have Von Grissom who's popped up this year with the big leagues. And we got to watch all the baby Braves come through. Soroka came and did a rehab assignment last week. So you get to see the big leaguers come back. It's great. It's great to watch people fulfill dreams. These guys and they're really a bunch of nice guys. Been around them.
And I actually found you in the concourse. I was taking some B-roll around the ballpark, and you mentioned something to me. So you have a little bit of a baseball lineage yourself. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, you were looking at something that was a thing on the Textile League, which back in the 30s and 40s, the mills around here would have teams, and guys would be hired on their baseball ability as much as anything. It could be like a security guard or anything else, but they get paid to play. And my grandfather was a member of one of the teams over in Rockmart, and he had a few big leaguers come out of there. Rudy York played in it. Willard Nixon, Leon Culberson came through, Charlie's grandfather.
Okay.
Check him out in the Boston Red Sox World Series with the Cardinals. He's famous for a bad play. But I ended up playing college ball and went on to Shorter University. Went on to be a high school college at Berry. Started coaching at Berry College, and I jumped into high school ball because I couldn't afford to be assistant in college, as you know. And 25 years later, hung it up. And this is the perfect retirement job for a baseball guy.
Yep, and had a grandfather do the very same thing. He was an usher for years in minor league baseball, loved it, and did the same thing. He always had a good word for somebody and engaged fans in conversation. So,
we know you mentioned Eagle Stadium earlier, and we're back to the lineage. My grandfather played there. He saw Babe Ruth play there, and Gary, when they came through barnstorming, he's from Chattanooga also.
Yeah.
And he got to play there, and it was really special when I got to play college ball there at Eagle Stadium. As we were talking, 472 feet to dead center.
Oh, it's a big ballpark.
Take two cracks at it.
Yeah. So obviously, as we've discovered in this short time, you're a great face for people to find if they come and visit. But in your summation, what does Rome mean to the Rome Braves, and what do the Rome Braves mean to this Rome community?
Well, that's our first foray into pro sports. It came here 20 years ago. It was a big deal. This place was packed out a good bit, especially with the new stuff. The new shiny toy. They've consistently had guys make it to the big leagues. We do a lot of stuff in the community with fundraising for different things.
The Miracle League field right over there. Yeah.
It's a great example. We're having a rummage sale, redneck rummage sale, sometime in the next week or two. And that stuff's fundraising stuff for kids.
So
they're great at it.
Yeah, and that's part of the Braves mentality, and we're here in Braves country, so that's what you always hear about them building a family culture from the ground up. But Jeff, thank you so much for joining us on American Ballpark Road Trip. Looks like we're getting ready for the game itself, so thank you for coming on, and have a great day at work.
Thank you. Hey, it's not working, man. It's not working.
As with nearly all minor league ballparks we visited on the show, there's never a bad view of the game at AdventHealth Stadium. The ballpark has 3 seating types between the upper and lower levels. Behind the dugouts and down the baselines are the dugout seats. On the upper level and behind the dugouts are the box seats. Behind and around home plate are the club seats, and they include access to the Three Rivers Club, a full-service restaurant and bar open during Braves home games. Near either corner of the field, fans can enjoy a drink or ballpark food fare at the Miller Lite Marina or Buddy's Barbecue Barn. In the far right field corner are outfield views for larger groups at the Picnic Pavilion and Suzuki Showcase. The highest-most level of the ballpark holds 14 suites and the terrace group area, which overlooks the field from the first base side. Braves take strides to keep home games entertaining with a handful of in-game and on-field promotions, including dugout top trivia, fan dance-offs, and a Beat the Heat outfield race, similar to the Beat the Freeze race the Atlanta Braves conduct. Of course, mascots like Romy, Roman, and Roxy are always on hand to help and mingle with the crowd. Rome even has a flair like their big league affiliate as a lively organ pipes in throughout the game.
Here at the ballpark is being able to enter into raffle drawings, and whoever wins this will win a 20-person suite for the 2023 season.
Since arriving in town in 2003, the Rome Braves haven't only benefited from having their major league affiliate just an hour away in Atlanta, but also Atlanta's history of producing strong farm systems. Notable former Braves include Jeff Francoeur, Jason Hayward, Brian McCann, JoJo Reyes, Martin Prado, Tommy Hanson, and current big leaguers like Ronald Acuna Jr., Max Fried, Michael Harris Jr., and Vaughn Grissom. There's even great baseball pedigree in the future for the Braves, as we saw J.J. Niekro, son of former Brave Joe Niekro and nephew of Hall of Famer Phil Niekro, take the start on the mound for Rome against the Greensboro Grasshoppers.
Okay, Charles, I think you can take him. Get ready. Are you mark it set? Go! Who's it gonna be? Ladies and gentlemen, cheer them on. Who will be Charles? Who will be the Heat? It's gonna be close. Come on, Charles, you can do it. And it looks like Charles is in the lead. Charles is going to be our winner tonight, everyone.
Instead of showing off some of the merch here at the ballpark, even though you can visit RomeBraves.com and find some great things like their on-field hats, we wanted to show off some of the premium promo items that the Rome Braves bring to fans. Like today's promo item, the 2003 throwback jersey from the Braves' inaugural season here in Rome. So when you're looking at the schedule, make sure to look at the promos too and take part of some great Braves promotions when you visit AdventHealth Stadium here in Rome. this game, Rome and Greensboro gave fans their money's worth, from the front row to the suite level, with a tight ball game from the first pitch to the final out recording. And with each of those outs, some players came closer to their big league dreams in future seasons, while others drew nearer to the end of merely another season chasing that dream. Either way, they played and continued the legacy of minor league baseball and its impact not only upon individual fans, but the historic communities like Rome, where the game is played each season.
The Rome Clock Tower was completed as a 250,000-gallon water tower in 1871 under the direction of James Noble Jr. and his family. The brickwork of the water tower stands 63 feet tall and 26 feet wide, topped by the clock structure with clock faces in 4 different directions that are 9 feet in diameter, and that structure is 41 feet tall. By the end of the 19th century, it ceased to serve as a water tower and fell into disrepair until it was revived in 1986 with the efforts of the Rome JC's Club. Since 1995, it has served as a museum housing the art of artist Chuck Smoltz and a 107-step staircase leading to the clock structure and beautiful views from here on one of Rome's historic 7 hills. That wraps up this episode of American Ballpark Road Trip here from Rome, Georgia, home of the Rome Braves and AdventHealth Stadium. I know the Braves couldn't quite get the win on the field. We won as fans just by visiting here tonight. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. If you have some suggestions about the show, where we should go next, how you can become involved, and how we can just make the show better, reach out to us by email at amballparkrt@yahoo.com. Follow us on our socials, Twitter at amballparkrt, and Facebook, American Ballpark Road Trip. I'm Nick Carey. Once again, fans, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the road. This episode, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel.